Hi class. The video that I have above me shows how to create an outline, but I also wanted to show you that in your rules for writers, there's a sample outline that you can look at as well. So if you go to, it's on page 12 through 14 if you have the paper book, and it's in part 1D for rules for writers. So if you go to the process for writing, which is 1, and you go to exploring and drafting, and then you go to 1D, draft a plan, when to use a formal outline. So I would like you guys to create an outline, and the sample here shows you a working thesis, which is like the beginning of a thesis when you start thinking about your ideas. And then how it moves on to fixing the thesis so that it talks about all the details in the paper. Now, for many of you, the comments that I gave you was about that your thesis wasn't strong enough for a paper. And so what I'd like you guys to do is I'd like you to consider making an outline and following this outline format, and also the video that you watched just above me. Above my video. That's what I meant. But look at the process. So you might want to make a formal outline before you actually go to write a paper so that you have a better thesis. Because sometimes the process that I go through is I write a first draft, then I make an outline, then I write a second draft. So that's actually a really good process for writing that you might like to try for this essay number 2 that you're working on. And so look at this thesis, the working thesis. Animal testing should be banned because it is bad science and doesn't contribute to biomedical advances. So this isn't a really strong thesis, but it's a working thesis in the sense that it kind of grounds you with the ideas that you want to have. But later, to look at how it transforms. Look at what a transformed thesis looks like. In the name of public health and safety, state governments have the responsibility to shape public health policies and to regulate healthy eating choices, especially since doing so offers a potentially large social benefit for a relatively small cost. Look at the difference between that previous working thesis and this thesis, and how different it is in the details. So a lot of times people think that a thesis should be 1 sentence, or that it should be really fast and just use a few words. But no, sometimes you might need 2 sentences for your thesis, and you have to develop the idea. So many of you, when you've turned in a thesis, your thesis looked like this working thesis and not really a fully developed thesis for an essay. So I just wanted to give you that little bit of information so that you can use it for your papers. Okay, bye-bye.